For those of you who don't know, PopCross Studios is an artist storyteller who has several of his own personal stories going on simultaneously, but who also has converted a lot of pop culture characters into various monsters, superheroes, and so on. And one of the ways that he's integrated his community into these various types of videos is through his community redraws. I believe he has done these almost monthly, and he's integrated the various designs for fun one-off episodes, various pop culture lore videos, or key characters in his multiverse tale stories like his demon archons. Last month he posted a fun community redraw where he wanted a design for these multiverse fan arts of famous gods like Zeus, Anubis, Pele, and Freya. I chose to do Freya because that sounded really fun to me, and I was the most inspired for it. My design was actually picked for his video, which is still surreal to me. But it also gave me a confidence boost as well, especially since he didn't even realize I was the same person who had just did a giant multiverse fan art for him until after he chose my design. I was probably planning to post this video up anyways, regardless if I was chosen, but since I was, it gives me a little bit more confidence to put this design out there. So I just wanted to discuss the little elements I put into Freya's design and read the prompt that he sent us and all that so you can see what I added detail-wise to his character idea. Plus, I'm going to be on vacation this week, so I knew I wasn't going to be posting a Fan Art Friday or anything like that, and I knew I had this in my queue of videos I could post. But anyways, here's PopCross's prompt. Please choose one of the 4 deities described below and draw what you think they should look like. These characters will all be a part of Tarsa's new Empyrean Pantheon, her team of villains with which she'll try to overthrow the universe. Pantheon Slayer Freya. There is a debate among some academics in regard to what was genuinely believed about the goddesses Freya and Frigg in Norse mythology due to their very similar roles. In this Freya's reality, in 952, she was once married to the god of gods in the Norse pantheon, Odin, but was left for the goddess Frigg. Respect for her dwindled as Frigg was considered to be the new queen of Asgard. Eventually, anticipating Ragnarok arriving soon to destroy Asgard, Odin tried to harness Freya's own magic for himself. This finally made her snap. She killed all the other gods, becoming the bringer of Ragnarok herself. She even stole Thor's mighty hammer, Mjolnir, and enchanted it with her own magic to make her able to wield it. She built up a deep resentment towards all deities, so when Tarsa came to her saying she could join her in facing the ultimate deities, the Archons, Freya eagerly accepted. Super fun, right? So I knew that I wanted her to look fierce and hardened, while also still emanating a sense of royalty or godship. So I gave her this reddish-brown leather-looking armor. I also looked up a ton of reference images for Viking-styled hair and what they would have worn for armor. I also looked up different renditions of both Mjolnir and Odin's spear. I figured if she was the Pantheon Slayer and her husband cheated on her, or left her for another, she would absolutely take and wield Odin's spear as her own, in spite of her defeated lover. So I knew I wanted her wielding both weapons, since the prompt specifically said she also stole Mjolnir. But again, if she stole Mjolnir, then she could easily get the other legendary weapons along her path of destruction. You would have seen at the beginning that I did a rough sketch of what I thought she would look like, plus a ton of different Nordic runes to possibly use throughout her look. I decided to use just one Nordic rune on her belt plate. It is called the Web of Weird, or Word? The Web of Word? Wired? I'm not sure. It is called the Web of Word, or Destiny. I thought it quite meaningful whether her character would believe that it was her destiny that she could bring about Ragnarok, or whether she decided she would create her own destiny. That could be up for Christian to decide. I added a fur cloak and a fur trim to the bottom of her skirt, symbolizing royalty and status. But I decided further into her design, since she was the bringer of Ragnarok, why not have her armor and such be evidence of that? The depictions I've seen of Ragnarok, I decided to add lava veins throughout her armor, just making it look menacing and again symbolizing her act in Ragnarok. I thought whether this was trite or not that original, I just thought it would put her design into the more fantastical realm, which I liked. And I made sure that the rune symbol on her belt was also lava touched, really making that symbol stand out amongst the other things going on in the piece. The nice thing about PopCross's community redraws is that he usually announces them so we have about 20-ish days to get whatever design that we're creating sent in. So I was really able to take my time and just do the design and this artwork in little spurts so that I can come back to it with fresh eyes. And I think that really helped me see like where I think I needed to add more details, just letting me really work on different renderings of like the shine of the metal and then the fur and all of those aspects of the art. And maybe again I over detailed it, but I think overall I really did like how the design came out. I also debated whether I wanted to try to do 2 designs and send both of those in. I was going to choose Pele if I was going to do a second design, but I'm glad that I just stuck with Freya. Plus, taking this time also allowed me to do a whole background and lighting scene and everything, which might have been over the top, but again, I just really enjoyed this drawing process. I couldn't just stop adding to the artwork with a whole stormy, cloudy background, the lightning effect on Mjolnir, and at the very end of her design, I decided to push the Ragnarok design even further and just have the ends of her skirt forever be on fire, or embering, at least to show she wields the power of Ragnarok. I think this was a nice touch to unify the whole look. I also kept going back and forth on whether she would have a crown, so I designed her with one and without. She also has a warrior-like paint over her eyes, taking that again from a lot of Viking reference images that I looked up. But overall, I thought the design was good, maybe over the top, but also, if she was going to be a part of Tarsa's pantheon, I think the more striking and impactful her design, the better. Plus, I discussed this on my last PopCross episode, that PopCross had talked about how his characters have a lot of detail, so I figured he would appreciate the added details. And apparently he did! Like I said, my design was chosen. It was truly strange to see my name and design on his video, but I was also super pumped for it. I also saw a lot of the submissions for Freya had similar ideas that I implemented, which I thought was cool, and that we were all on the same kind of wavelength for Freya's design. I've actually put in some designs before to PopCross's community redraws, but I'm not surprised they didn't get picked because I'm not experienced creating monsters and such, but I do love character design. I can't wait to see what happens with this character and who she faces off with. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and what you thought about her design overall. Let me know if you've ever submitted to a PopCross's community redraw, or just have a bunch of your own characters you don't know what to do with. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. I may or may not have a video next week ready. If I do, it'll probably be a vlog about my vacation, and then I'll be back with more art. But anyways, thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.